Hrishikesh, welcome to our channel. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for inviting me.
Okay, so you are in Coditude, and I'm very curious about how do you handle turning a prototype to a real life living AI project? So what is the secret behind it?
Coditude has been doing a product engineering for last 15 years. We have built a products for ranging from startups to enterprise organizations. Our secret is to find out to take a prototype, understand the to plan out the every bits and pieces of the process so that it becomes an enterprise ready product. Uh, there are multiple layers to taking a prototype to the production, and some of them includes a testing it thoroughly, doing the security analysis, making sure that infrastructure is scalable, and then it can go into the production. That's our process.
That's the secret you have.
Yes.
Okay, so you know, a living project with the reliability, security, measurability, maintainability, a sustainable project is not easy. So, what are the most difficult parts and what are the most famous problems you face during these processes?
So AI is an evolving field. Everything there are new technologies coming, and that's one of the challenge that you have to keep up with whenever we are building a product with models. Every day there is a new model, newer versions are coming up on the horizon, and they are doing something better than what their predecessors did. So the architectures of these solutions has to be built in a way that they are supporting these changes in the future. They are future ready. Specifically, if you are working in a regulated industry, you have to be very, very careful because that model has to go, or that process, that application has to go through the regulations. For example, in healthcare, you have an FDA approvals that has to go through that. And if you are going to put your application through that process and you didn't plan well, there will be a lot of surprises in the future. So I think that's the one of the thing you have to be really, really careful about.
Yeah, for sure. That's great. That's a great answer. Thank you. And can you give us a real life example, an experience you have experienced in these adaptations, these transformations, these projects? You are not supposed to give the name of company or the application if you don't want, but can you give a real life experience that we can understand how these things are handled?
A lot of our products are already in production. A lot of the solutions that we have created that are in the production. What we have seen is that the most useful products are they are giving a really good ROI on the value that they are delivering. Even if it is an AI solution, let's take an example that you have created a model that can automate a particular workflow step that used to take even a few minutes for one of your back office person, then that's a genuine ROI. These products, they deliver really good ROI when it comes to a skill. If it is a few minutes actions repeated over a skill of hundreds of people over the period of an year, then it's a huge ROI for you. So I think that has been our learning from putting all this product into the productions. Of course, there are other things that we have to take care of it. As you said, very well said, that the scalability, the maintainability, all these things are going to be there. But I think that it has to generate a genuine ROI. Then and only then that product is going to become sustainable. It's going to continue to deliver the value, and it's going to be worth investing into either building it or rolling out in your organization.
Okay, thank you. So you are an experienced professional. You have a plenty of experience in this industry. So you have some feelings perhaps about the future of this industry. What can we expect in the near future as the turning points of industry? What can be the most expected, highest impact, game changer things in the near future?
I think we are at a very early stage of an AI, even after all the innovation that is going on right now. I think there is still a lot of things to come, lot of uh, questions that needs to be answered before we can see One of the things that I think that we still need to catch up on the legislation regulating all these models, regulating all the businesses that are using those models. So that will be the one thing that we are looking forward to. Another thing is that the hardware capacities that we have right now, I think if we could revolutionize it and bring down the cost of those that hardware, it will be one of the it will lead to a lot of innovation in the field of AI. I think these are the few things that we are looking forward towards.
Okay, very good. Thank you. So you still have access to Indian markets, right? And you are in US market. So you are accessing both of these markets. Can you compare us in general? What are the key features of these markets, or what is different between these two markets?
So India have one of the main difference that I see is that Indian markets are sometimes very open to adapt to the new technologies. It could be because of a greenfield projects. It could be because of a uh, the tech savviness having within the general population. If you take an example of an UPI, UPI is an payment system that is rolled out in India, and it's an alternative to cash, but it has grew so much so quickly that if you take a scale or if you take a look at the scale of that, it's ginormous. It's processing trillions and trillions of transactions every day. So that adoption, nobody envisioned that that kind of adoption will happen. Sometimes since the US have a legacy technology in multiple processes, everybody has to take care of all those legacy systems that are in the place, be compatible with them, and sometimes that makes the adaptation to the new technologies harder. It's not a big challenge, but it always brings out some sort of a resistance to the new technologies.
Of course. And the one of the biggest problems for the entry level jobs are they are killing AI is killing these jobs. That's what people sense and asks us about these questions. So uh, a person like you who has access to this talent pool, what do you see about these entry level jobs or the people investing in their career for their education and trying to get into the AI industry? What can you suggest these people?
This is one of the biggest question that we've been trying to find an answer to, because engineers, they learn a lot of the skills during their university days, but they still need to learn a lot on the job. And that's how junior engineers, they get on board. They did an internship into an organization, learn the skills there. But now expectation with all this innovation that is happening with the cloud code and in general code generation models that are out there. Uh, it's the bar to being a productive into any software project is getting higher and higher. So I think people need to have an appetite for that learning curve, even during their university days. And beyond software development, they need to also get into the domain expertise so they have an understanding of the domain, so which will take them to that next level. Just having an understanding of a programming language is not going to fly anymore. That's the reality of the world now, and the earlier we can adjust our expectations to that, quicker we will be able to overcome that problem and get into the next level.
Yeah,
So
perfect.
I think focusing more and more onto the domain knowledge, focusing for more and more onto the other verticals of the industries would be one of the key for freshers who are joining the industry.
Okay. So AI is already a competitive market now, and the competition is increasing by the time. So what is unique in Coditude? What do you do different than your competitors? What makes you great in this competition?
Coditude has been a AI business for a years now. We've been training model for a while now. We started before AI become a buzzword,
A booming time,
the
yeah.
booming times. And at that time, we were creating a solutions, the neural network or the deep learning models that were solving a smaller piece of chunk. I think and over the period of time, what we have learned is that it's all about the kind of a value we are going to deliver to the customers, what we can, what solve, how we can solve the problems that they are facing, how we can help them grow their businesses, how we can do more, how we can help them achieve more with whatever resources that they have at the moment. I think that's the value Coditude is always been delivering since the inception. We will continue to do that, and I think that's a differentiator we see of ourselves.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. How can our audience contact you?
You can always find out us on coditude.com. We are very easy to find. And say hello. We will reach out to you and we will help you solve the problems that you are facing within your organization. We will find the solutions for them.
Okay, so we will provide the web page on the descriptions.
Yes,
So they can contact you through this web page.
absolutely.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. One more time, it was a great pleasure to host you in our channel.
And thanks, Sadi, for inviting me. And it was a great conversation with you.
Okay, thank you.